Saludos, pues aquí de regreso estamos en búsqueda de Constantine, el cual pues fue a una expedición y el muy cojonudo se perdió. No sabemos si fue emboscado, si fue un desastre natural,
This is the
así que
camp that
pues vamos a ver
Constantine's escort must have
qué
established.
rastros encontramos en
Someone
su
or
campamento.
something attacked and tore everything to shreds. This seems all too familiar.
Search the zone. Let's see if we can find any clues as to what's happened here. The tents were lacerated by what looks like claws, and there are traces of blood everywhere. Some of these men must have been attacked in their sleep. By beasts? And most of the weapons are missing. Our soldiers wouldn't have taken a rest without defenses. Our soldiers were attacked by surprise, and there were animals among the assailants. However, our men reacted properly. They were armed and they fled as best they could. There are no bodies, and no sign of Constantine or Catasac's presence here. Perhaps they were in another place, and the soldiers wanted to join them. We need to follow the tracks.
Pues ahí está el veredicto. Vamos a avanzar para ver qué nos encontramos hacia acá.
This area has been trampled. An entire stampede passed by here. Our soldiers must have fled the zone and taken this path followed by their assailants. This is a sacred place of a native cult. No doubt this is where Catasac and Constantine were going. There are bodies, and without a doubt there was fighting here. Search the place. Let's see what we are able to find. The corpses of both men and beasts. These soldiers fought dearly until the end. Neither Constantine nor Catasac are among them. Crater, without a doubt caused by an explosive potion. The soldiers might have been carrying them. They must have been desperate to have taken such drastic measures. This blade is a native ritual knife, and this bowl contained a potion. Someone wanted to perform a ritual here. Could Catasac have found a better means to alleviate Constantine's symptoms? Constantine and Catasac must have been visiting this place. Perhaps performing some sort of healing ritual. When the attack took place, the soldiers intervened, and many fell during the fight. But a group was able to escape down this path. We need to continue following their tracks. More tracks. Footprints. They must have fled this way. Strange. These trees look half calcinated, as if they were exposed to immense heat.
Y al parecer es reciente, ¿eh? No tiene bastante tiempo que algo los
These
incendió.
weapons are in terrible condition. Whatever did these men come up against?
Pues nos estamos adentrando más.
This path seems to have been scorched in flames. Signs of an explosion. I can't believe that our soldiers could be carrying so many explosive potions.
Oh, vale, entonces habrán sido
These poor
las
soldiers
bombas.
were torn to pieces. Animals again, or something else.
Pues prosigamos.
New footprints. It looks as if a group met up with them and took this path. There was more fighting over here. There are not only the corpses of our own men, but where could these other soldiers have come from? More signs of explosions. But what were they doing with all these explosives on them?
Vale, pues creo que medio ejército se murió aquí, ¿eh?
Only a handful made it up to here. The path stops on this overhang, and despite signs of a skirmish, I can't see any sign of Constantine or Catasac.
Pues encontré un cuartel, pero antes hay que avanzar para acá.
And these rocks were broken, as if they had taken cannon fire. What could have happened here?
Maybe a our enemies!
Recognize these men. Still more unknown soldiers. Could they have been responsible for the attack? This one is carrying a letter. Let's see. These vials look familiar. Catasac used the very same to stock his potions. He must have come here. I'm going to pick them up. I recognize this sack. It's my cousin's. Oh, Constantine, what have you gotten yourself into again? According to this note, this troop came from an outpost of the Bridger lines close by. A patrol, no doubt. Could the bridge in some way be linked to this attack? That makes no sense. Very well, let's sum things up. Constantine and Catasac definitely came through here to perform some sort of ritual, but they were attacked. An attack obviously involving wild animals. And then there are these traces of inexplicable flames. Could it be magic?
No colonist understands how to control the fauna of this island. Whereas for the native wise men,
You believe Katasak could have orchestrated this attack?
Who else? You know all too well that with your cousin a hostage, you would be obliged to cede to the demands of the natives.
He would then have only accepted to treat him in order to gain his trust. I don't know. But regardless of who is guilty, I must find my cousin. We could return to Wen Xavier to learn more. Perhaps Katasak returned there. Or maybe his Voglendai could tell us where to find him. We are also going to have to visit the outpost. Their soldiers were involved in the combat, or at least the end of it. They must have some stories for us.
And you think that they would have taken Constantine? Is that possible? Maybe he was in need of treatment. But if you suspect them to have participated in the combat to capture him, I think you're wasting your time. I know the captain of that outpost. A pessimistic man who would never order an attack without being absolutely certain of total victory without losses.
Perhaps. Unless he was simply obeying orders. It does belong to the Coin Guard, after all. However, one way or another, Constantine is in danger. Let us be on our way without further delay.
Pues en pocas palabras hay que bajar. Así que prosigamos.
May the enlightened protect me in this battle.
Aquí tenemos un camino, pero pues no voy a ir hacia él. Vámonos hacia acá. Sí que se talaron varios árboles,
Colonials. You must have gotten lost to have come this far from nowhere.
Desarde. I am legate.
A legate? Pardon my dismay. But we don't... Captain Idris. I am the... What can I do for you?
I'm looking for Constantine.
Good.
But
We've had neither reinforcements nor supplies for weeks. In my book, we've been totally I wouldn't risk the few lives remaining to attack a governor. I'm not crazy. I'm truly sorry for your cousin, Excellency. The region is dangerous.
You... What? Explain yourself, Captain. What were your men doing?
They were monitoring the zone. They were to warn us. We have lost too many men to surprise attacks. We decided to take it yesterday. We heard screams and saw some...
And you didn't go and see for yourself? You hear screams, certainly those of your own men.
So the last of my men give up their lives for... You can think of me as a coward if you like. But me, I'm taking no more unnecessary risks.
Why do I have the feeling that you're holding something back?
Captain, my name is Afra. I passed by this outpost with my fellow scholars.
The Lost Expedition.
His Excellency was able to...
His Excellency has power.
I'm casting no stones at you. You are isolated and without resources. You have the feeling that the powerful of this world have abandoned you, and you want to... But a life hangs in the balance.
You were wrong. One of the men I posted there...
A survivor? Excellent. Did he tell you what happened?
He wasn't. Our nurse sits with him, but... There is little... His wounds are extremely serious.
I'm sorry to hear that, Captain. Perhaps we could do...
Go and see the nurse. Perhaps you can do something to help. I can't take it anymore. Anything else?
Concerned... Did you not...
Really?
I need to be...
What are you doing there? This is an infirmary!
I know. I've come to see the wounded soldier.
That is very kind of him. But alas, it's a...
What are you saying? Is the soldier...
No, he's still... But I've been asking the captain for weeks to escort me on a mission to replenish my... I no longer have a single remedy. And now that we have a wounded patient, I can only wipe water on his brow...
Do you know what type of remedy would allow him to...
Yes, at least I think so.
I see. Give me...
Thank you.
Suerte, ya tengo la ciencia nivel 1 y vallas de Belladona. Así que vamos a crearlo.
Were you able to concoct the potion against burns?
Yes, I was.
Give it to me. I'll take it. There. We must wait and be patient now.
Will he make it?
I hope so. We'll know soon enough. This potion is...
And if he survives, when could we speak to him?
Come back tomorrow at the same time.
Very well.
See you soon.
Pues hay que venir dentro de un día. Hay que darse la vuelta, ir y regresar.
Hello, soldier.
Better.
I simply prepared. Could you tell me what happened?
We were posted when we heard sounds of fighting not far from our position. Men were screaming. In our own language. So we went to see what was happening. Soldiers of the Coin Guard and an islander were trying to protect a young man. He seemed dire ill.
Constantine Katasak and his escort. Who were they fighting against?
Dozens of wild animals. They seemed completely enraged and intent on devouring them. And there were flames.
Flames? Where were they coming from?
I don't know. My friends and other soldiers fell one after the other. I didn't see everything. All was blood and confusion with beasts and fire. But I thought I saw another islander. Big. He's the one who took the sickened man. There was practically no one left on the battlefield. I was wounded and I passed out. I came to when I heard voices of islanders approaching the rebels. I thought to myself, they're coming to finish off the wounded. I got up with difficulty and fled. I dragged myself here. And you know the rest.
I'm going to have to go and find these rebels.
You shouldn't do that. They killed all of my friends. You take a great risk.
That's enough. Rest now. You're still far from having recovered.
Yes, it's best I leave now. I've learned enough. I'll have a word with your captain. Goodbye.
Bueno, pues ahora ya sabemos más lo que sucedió, pero pues todavía no hay rastro directo de Constantine.
Excellency, I was told that you saved my soldier. Thank you.
Please. I did nothing more than follow the instructions your nurse gave me.
Did you?
Yes. I was able to He and his company heard sounds of the... My cousin's escort were already nearly annihilated by a strange sorcerer controlled them. It was...
One of those rebel savages, no doubt. They must have learned at an important...
I need to be going.
I would very much like to do the same. Safe journey, Your Excellency.
Pues es hora de irnos. ¿Dónde está Darren? Ah, está acá.
Hello.
Renai.
To speak to you about my cousin's capture and the massacre of his escort. A soldier from the nearby outpost survived and told us that you were present on the battlefield.
You dare come here and let me throw him out this Renaixi and his ilk there. May they receive.
I know that you see us as your enemies, but we are not here to harm you. I only seek to find the man I consider to be my brother, as well as the man who is protecting him. Katisach, one of your greatest Donegada.
No Donea Exregao would attack Katasach.
If you didn't attack him, you must know what happened to them. I was told that an islander took my cousin away. Perhaps your men were there to aid them.
We do not have your cousin, and we do not know what has for Katasach. And of course, that night, we heard the sounds of a terrible combat. We went to see the last breath of Katasach, and many of the Renaigse were dead. We carried the body of the Donega.
He gave his life to protect Constantine. This request might surprise you, but we would like to see him.
Why? What?
Examine him to understand what killed him. We were told that an island native was there and that he likely led the attack.
No.
That is the very reason I need to see his body.
You may see him. But if you desecrate his body, you will pay for this offense with your...
Katisach. Seeing the state of his body, I hate myself for having suspected him. Forgive me, Denegad, to have doubted your loyalty and even more for what we are about to do. Now then, let's see what story this corpse has to tell. The corpse retains the marks of a bludgeon. There are large bruises all over it. I can see no wounds that could be attributed to a blade or a musket shot. The major wound is found on the chest, which was crushed by something tremendous, to the degree that the skin was torn. The ribs are in pieces and the organs punctured. The edges of the wound are singed and smell of burnt flesh. There is a powdery spot on this wound, as if from ash or dusty gravel. Katasach bore the brunt of this attack or incredible force. I would venture to say it was inhuman. I can only imagine one thing that could have inflicted such a wound. It's as if an enormous, burning stone hit him right in the center of the chest. And seeing as how the bodies of the soldiers we found were sporting wounds of a similar nature, we can deduce that we're on the tracks of a man, or a creature, capable of using molten rock as a weapon. We still don't really know who is actually behind this attack, nor what they want. Judging by the severity of these wounds, I fear the worst for Constantine.
All your experiments. You've learned so little. You've learned to fear. Your instincts should have been enough.
We had to at least try. Are you not even concerned or angered by what happened to Katasach?
We've grown accustomed to the loss of lives, your relentless attacks and incessant treacheries. All the same, there is truth in Guardian and Donegad would never attack one another. There is a ritual that might help us.
The Anatalis Fair.
It is a magical rite that only a person with a powerful bond to both. It allows the Donegad who chants it to relive the last moments of an...
That would allow us to at least see the face of his...
If what I have heard is true, yes. To my knowledge, only one
Let's ask her for her help then. She might be able...
You are quick to ask another to put her mind in danger for your own concerns. Imagine the pain of the wounds of another, shaking your body as the cold of death crushes your beating heart. This is what you must ask of the Tiernahach. It is the price she must pay for performing the ritual. When her companion was lost in battle, fighting against your own, she wanted to live that death beside her. Since that day, our Tiernahach Kadaktas has never breathed air.
That would explain her distrust of the colonials.
You must make her see your purpose. It may be the...
Pues vale, ahora tenemos que convencer a alguien que hable con la muerte.
Hello, Mev.
Renoixe, why have you come here again?
Can you tell me about Enon Mil Frichteman?
I already told you. He is the god of 1,000 faces. They flow under the bark of they are our but I doubt that some
What is the role of a
and
I've come to ask you for help.
my help. You still seek the remedy for the sickness on...
My cousin has been taken, and I've been told that you could help
Truly?
by performing the Anatalis fair on the body of Cat.
Katasach is dead. And he was a good man. Perhaps the best of us all.
He went with my cousin to a sacred site when they were attacked. My cousin has disappeared, taken according to a witness. And Katasak suffered terrible. We examined him, and it seemed as if he had been struck by
Fire of the earth. Only the Nadaig Maneman, but none of our own would have attacked Katas.
This is why we need your help. We want to understand and to find who's responsible.
Will you leave him alive as well?
What do you mean?
You let the one who tried to kill me go.
That is true. But I can't yet tell you what I will do to the one responsible for this. At least we'll have a chance to find Constantine.
Because it is your true reason to act upon this, no? Whatever your reasons deep down, I too would like to understand. Our island wails in suffering. The Anatalas fair may kill me, but at least I will know. You will need to act as my Voglendaig, and bring to me the necessary ingredients while I...
What do you require?
A potion. And listen and remember. Or do not forget, the viscera of the scavengers must be taken from a place near the battlefield, because they contain the flesh of those who fell. As for the personal object of Katasach, find his weapon, because it knew his fury and his despair.
He didn't have a weapon when I found his body. I'll search the battlefield.
Where can I find him?
In Duren's camp. She recovered him after the battle.
Very well. Not far from there is a sacred circle. You'll find me there when you have united all. Then we can perform the ritual when the moon is...
In that case, let's go together to the ritual site. The place of the attack is not far from Duren's camp.
Very well. I'll follow you.
Maybe enlighten protect me in this battle. Maybe enlighten protect me in this battle.
I recognize this weapon. It's Katasak's, I'm certain. It must have been broken during the battle. Let's take it back to Mev.
Vale, realmente no sé qué pasó, nada más de repente ahí como que se marcó algo, pero lo moví rápido y ya no alcancé a ver qué bien que era.
May the enlightened protect me in this battle. May the enlightened protect me in this battle.
Were you able to find the elements I need for the ritual?
Yes. Here is what you...
This is good. The moon is high. We must... Katasar, we have come to learn the truth of your death. Ato al confrangawi brandi, ole hanamemen adestame haman. Baravridenan tahanemo quate grenfen, linqui damda renaute da hodos. Lemat, de tahawan kloisam, de talugedon velam, de taragam buledam, de tatamenam reloidan, adet alamen kante beidam en antelam verfragt dan dom.
Catasac! Help me! Please!
Show no fear. I do not think he means you any harm.
What is this? This monster? Why is it attacking us?
I don't know. I don't understand. It is as if it seeks you out. It wants you.
You never should have done that, Catasac. To save one, Renaigse, you put us all in great peril. His spirit is different. He receives badly. You have woven the bond of the Deathbringer.
What is happening to you? Get a hold of yourself! Come on!
I cannot believe it. He has returned.
Who has?
Finbar. The High King. We thought he was dead. He disappeared months ago.
Is he the attacker? And what of Constantine? Have you seen a young blonde-haired man? He was sickly.
Yes. The golden haired was there. And he was afraid. Catasac protected him before he was killed by Finbar. Leave me now. I am very tired.
How are you feeling?
Better. What are you going to do now?
If I want to have any hope of finding Constantine, I must follow Vinbar. I have no choice.
Do you know where to look for him? Vinbar has been missing for moons.
The kings and queens could tell me when they saw him for the last time.
Then you must earn their trust. Arm yourself with patience and courage on Olmenawi. Your journey is still long.
Thank you, Mev. You have helped us greatly.
Do not thank me. I have not done this for you, but for Catasac. In order to satisfy my curiosity, I betrayed my king. You will find him and confront him, no doubt. All that remains for me to do is to pray that I have done nothing that cannot be fixed.
Farewell, Mev.
Vale, pues ahora ya sabemos algo de sobre el gran rey, que pues este tío ha matado a este chamán, pero también a su vez pues va tras Constantine. Necesitamos saber por qué. Pues según acá dice que encuentra la pista del Alto Rey, pero no me da literalmente como que un camino que seguir. Pues larguémonos de aquí, porque creo que ya no hay nada más que checar. Vamos a hacer la misión de Afra. Una vez que termine con la misión de Afra, pues proseguiré con los insulares. Pues bueno, voy a dejar el video hasta acá. Como verán, pues en este video desciframos sobre el Bean Bar y lo que viene siendo el alto mando, y claramente que pues va tras Constantine. Entonces pues vaya que sí hemos descubierto bastante en este episodio. Sin duda pues vamos a continuar con Afra para poder hacer la vinculación adecuada, y posteriormente pues estaremos hablando con el resto del equipo, que como verán pues ya hay algo más que prosigue, ¿no?, con ellos. Así que pues espero que me puedas apoyar con tu like y nos vemos en el siguiente episodio. Nos despedimos y aquí pues ya está toda la bandera.